Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Solutions. This is kdmoonchild's world, and I'm Katie. I'm so happy you're here. I hope that this reading will provide some solutions for you for the coming days ahead, however many those days need to be, whether you're just stopping by because it sounded interesting to see what I was doing, or whether you're here every Saturday. You know, I appreciate you equally, but those of you that come give me your time over and over again become my family. And I appreciate you so much more than I could ever express. So, enough of the musha stuff. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, in case we veer into the politics area, because that does have an effect on us in the days and weeks to come, right? Yeah, okay. We just keep that right there as a reminder. Let me explain to you a little bit about this reading. It won't take long. I want to get into it. I'm anxious to see what these cards say. It's fun to lay out. Each card is a special prayer, and it is a gateway. You can look at each card as though it is a portal to an area inside your higher self, where your solutions are. These cards are intended to be a trigger for you, and not a bad trigger. Well, if it is a bad trigger, there will be something else in this reading that will provide a solution or a place to go to for the solution for that trigger. Okay? This card reading is all about solutions. So, this card is in the position of the West. It is the sunset position. The sunset is the end of our day, so it is the past. It is where we have been, even could be our current right now, because right now is over. You know what I'm saying? This is our current position. This is telling us about the present. Then we go over here to the east, where the sun rises and the day begins. In between, this is our dream. This is our goal. This is where we want to start each new day, in this kind of a place, in this position. Okay? In between these two is usually a valley or a mountain. This is the north position. This is the obstacle to get around, or go over, or if possible, go right through it. There's two cards here. Usually there's only one. But this position is our message from Gaia. She's screaming at us. This is the valley position. This also is an obstacle position. But it is also a grounding space. I didn't say that this up here is the king of air when you get to the top of the mountain. You can soar from the top of that mountain once you reach it. Here, this is where the water flow is. That is airflow. This is where water flows. It is a result of this up here. So this is the south, and this is our message from our beloved goddess Gaia, from our beautiful Mother Earth. Whether what religion you are, what beliefs you have, you know that we are all nothing without the ground we plant our feet on when we walk. run, and ride. That's this card. This all results in these cards right here are going to tell us how to guide us through these directions. This is a map card, and underneath it is the horizon. Yeah, the awareness of the horizon. How aware of you of the full picture, the whole horizon. Does it stop, or does your imagination go past that line of demarcation? Now over here, we learn about the chakra that's blocked. It's all about color over here. How to fix it. And then we have up here in this corner a message from our ancestors, the angels, and basically a general message from Spirit. The source is going to give us guidance, what we need to know, what needs to support us, what needs to hold us up, because that's what our angels and ancestors, the ancient ones who walk the earth before us, and the ones who come after us. They're all there. They're all waiting for us and our clarity when we join them, when we transform. After this message, we get a final little message from, I think this really comes from my guides to your guides and to you. Because this message really is telling my guides to tell your guides to tell you and not let you do something, or to let you know you can do something. I don't know what that something is, but you do. So should we get started? I'm ready. Let's start here. What's our current situation? Like I said, this is position number 1. The sunset. This is today. This is right now. This is yesterday, too. Because it is also our past. As the sun sets, what's the message for us? We have lost our sense of wonder. We all have an inner child, and that child is very confused. It's upside down because you have forgotten it. That is the part of you that you need to care for and nurture, no matter what the stage of the moon is, or anything else. And because it is upside down, yeah, we've lost our child is being stifled. You know, last week this position was the curse. And this child is saying, get me out of here, let me out of here. You broke the curse, now let me go. Let me be. Nurture me when I get hurt. And when I'm tired, let me take a nap. Don't push me so hard. I don't care who you are, whether you're my boss, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, or my friends, or just a stranger that I come across. Stop pushing each other so hard. You know, our goddess of the month this month is Ma'at. Ma'at is the Egyptian goddess that judges your sins and guilt. Or that's what they believed when you pass on and are going into the afterlife. Your sins and guilt should balance the feather she balances them against on her scales. We wear that feather in our hair, but it's in the darkness because nope, they don't balance, because we're not even aware that it's possible to balance the heaviness of our past with our future and with the hope of what's ahead. Because our child is so upside down. Let me show you this right side up, because right side up, a lot of darkness, and look at that child's face. There's to me, I see some sadness in those eyes. Is that what a child is supposed to be like? I think they're supposed to have a twinkle and a joy in their eye. And look, their third eye is very faint, and their heart is covered. And they're wanting to be set free. That's what's making them sad. That's you, folks. That's me. We're so all caught up in our obligations and being adults and trying to do what's proper and what is right, that we're focusing so much on the whole and bringing on to another blue wave and wearing a blue hat instead of a red one, or I kind of like purple myself, but hey, it's okay. I like blue too. And I happen to like red as a color. And I wear my hat according to what clothes I have on, not my political leanings. But anyway, those political leanings are going to be tested. And this child wants to speak. This child's tired of being hurt, held back by all those obligations and responsibilities that you have elected to allow society to place upon you, to place upon us as a people. It has stifled us. You know, they talk about stifling your spirit. That's what they're talking about. It's your spirit. This is your child. This is the part of you that likes adventure and fun. And this part of you should be over here in the future. Actually, it should be all the way through. But it shouldn't be your past. It shouldn't be our past unless the stifling of the child is in the past, forever in the past. The question is, what do we have to go through to get that freedom? Because once again, I bring up that curse. The curse is the child being held back, our child being held back, whether we do it or someone else does it. The fear of looking, how do I look to so-and-so? What's it going to appear like to the neighbors? What's this person going to think if I... You know what? What do you think if you don't do things that they might talk about? And if they talk about it, more power to them, because it's none of your business. But it planted a seed in them. Had you ever thought of it that way? I'm a seed planter. Yeah, every interaction I have with people, I am planting a seed. Every conversation I have ends up with a point. It's just something that happens with me. I can't help it. So that's why I do this. And then I find out the reason why. Hey girl, you read oracle cards. What does that make you? I'm an oracle. Come to me if you have a question. My email is in the description box. Sorry, I digress. That was my child coming out, being silly but yet responsible. You can combine the two. You really can. I let her out every once in a while and I surprised myself. So, where do we want to be? We are this upside down, held back child. I know we want to set her free, set it free, because there really is no gender to this part of you. If you want to know the truth, your soul, your spirit has no gender, and these people that are trying to differentiate between genders know not of what they speak. All gender is useful for is procreation. And unless you're willing to help pay for the proliferation of procreation, leave it the heck alone. Or do what you can to take care of yourself. That's all I can say. Now, I've just covered 2 political things really sneakily in a hurry. Let's see what our hopes and dreams are, okay? These 4 cards right here in front are by Colette Baron Reed. The first one that I have here is the Mystical Shaman deck. What I'm getting here is the Shaman's Dream. This is the Enchanted Map deck. Underneath there is the Oracle of Wisdom. All 4 Colette Baron Reed. Oh, where do we want to be? We want to be in our heart home. We want our home and where we live and love to be safe. We want to feel as much compassion as we give out. And the transformation brings it back. As hearts open and warm up and passions explode and the child wakes up. And we care as much about the person standing next to us as we do ourselves, if not more. Heart home. Yeah, home is where the heart is. That's where we want to get to. That's our sunrise for tomorrow. We want to wake up tomorrow being filled with an open heart. That only thing that you can give out of it is love and compassion. Not anger and confusion. Because that actually closes your heart down. Your heart can't take that. That doesn't come from your heart. It quiets your heart. I don't know about you, but I kind of want unconditional love and compassion. You know? That's our goal. But right now we're upside down and it's really hard to see that this is a possibility even in the future. This kind of nearness to completion. So how do we get there, Spirit? The map. Enchanted map. How do we get there? Ugh. Sorry. Move that card over there and this one over here. How do we get there? Yeah, you can't do it half-assed. You have to do it by your commitment. You got to be committed to change. You've got to be committed to reaching out. And you've got to be committed to reaching out both directions, I should say. Reaching out to help. Reaching out with an open hand, as well as and to receive. Once again, it's a nearness of completion card. Light that fire inside you, that passion that is there. That is your strength. And be committed to your dream. Be committed to being open and compassionate and giving out unconditional love, because absolutely the law of attraction says what you send out, you attract. But the deal is, what you send out, you attract multifold over. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water. So be committed to your dream. And by the way, choose that dream that makes you the most nervous, that scares the living crap out of you. And then be committed to finishing it. And watch what happens to you. Because in doing something like that, your awareness and wisdom of the horizon line makes you the perfect observer. You'll know exactly what to do. You be the sly fox in any situation, because the clarity that you will get from your observation. And in this commitment to following your wildest dream, you will find your biggest rewards. Life should scare you a little. You know, when you're so comfortable and settled in your life that you're terrified of change, something's wrong. Something's not clicking right. Because change is the only constant in the universe. Everything changes. So be the change you want to. So be the change you want to see. I know people hound that in the ground, but it's so true. So very, very true. Be the change that you want to see. Right? We have a chakra apparently out of balance. One of our energy centers, or maybe more, I don't know what this card is. One of the energy centers inside of us and around us is out of whack. It's either not spinning, or it's spinning irregularly, or it's not spinning in tune with the others. Yeah, you have at least 12 chakras. So let's see what this card has to tell us about what we have blocked. Okay. Interesting. Has to do with the heart. That's our heart chakra. What was I saying about opening your heart? Compassion. I'll just put that right under there since it fits perfectly. I have to put 2 cards here anyway. You open up your heart, if you can get your heart chakra buzzing in tune with the rest and wide open, the abundance will fill you. So much it'll pile up around you. So if that's blocked, it's no wonder we're afraid and our child feels stifled. And it seems like a dream to have that unconditional love that comes from the compassion of a heart home. So that you have to be the observer to watch what's going on around you to make sure you stay true to your commitment to the compassion of that heart home. So your heart will be open to filling up with that abundance that's going to be piling up around you. While this card depicts coins, it's important to remember that abundance can come in many forms, like love, friendship, career, and family, not just monetary abundance. This card asks us to recognize and celebrate the abundance that you already have in our lives, along with the deep sense of gratitude that what is to come. You don't know what is to come. But if you open your heart chakra, don't be afraid of the adventure. Stop your fear. Open your heart and be grateful for everything you have. Everything. When you look at your creation, your home, all of that, that's yours. It's your creation. You did that. There's might be aspects of it you kind of don't like anymore, but you know what? You can change that. That's the same as your life. There might be aspects in your life that don't fulfill you anymore. Change it. You can change that. Relationships. There's so many different kinds of relationships that a lot of us measure our abundance in monetary, like coins, or very strongly in association and friendship. So it all depends on how tied are you to material things. Because material things are fleeting. They're tied to this reality, this realm, this dimension and density. You transform, you're going to have to leave a lot of the abundance you have now back away here, because it will not be abundance where you're going. But that's all right. Don't be afraid, because the abundance that's where you're going, oh my goodness. Have faith in the future. Everything changes. It seems dark right now. It seems scary because, you haven't been able to express yourself and have the life you want. Feel like other people have had compassion for you for a very long time. And, I certainly get that. Try being a card reader on YouTube. Although we are more accepted nowadays than we ever have been. Anyway, be grateful for your abundance. Tell yourself how much you love yourself, that you're beautiful. Open your heart up. Tell yourself that what other people say and do about you, what they talk about behind your back, give thanks for that. You got their attention, if nothing else. That's abundance for you. If that's what you want, is the attention of your neighbors or of others. I'm just saying. There's abundance in everything. Give thanks for it. Honor it. And you find your heart chakra will start spinning. Every night when you go to bed, tell yourself how much you love yourself. how much you love your home. Do a gratitude journal. I want you to start out with 3 a day. Just when you get up or when you go to bed or at lunchtime. Write in a book, any kind of book, any size of book, 3 things that you were grateful for today. And I want you to do that for the next 30 days. Not hard to do, but as you get closer to the 30 days, you'll find it gets harder and harder instead of easier and easier, because you've already given thanks for so much before. You start running out of the little things to give thanks for, because the big things are what you start with. It's a great exercise to do, that gratitude journal. And you know, you don't necessarily have to do a gratitude journal constantly every day all the time, although it is definitely a good thing to do if that's what you want. Do it for 30 days. It makes a massive change in the way you think and gives you clarity as the observer, especially if you do it with a open heart. You knew that was coming, right? Okay. So obviously, got some obstacles here. First obstacle is in the south. The valley. I'm going to move that card over a little since it's such a big card. That first obstacle is in the valley. Is the valley. There's 2 cards. I'll start with this card. And we had this card last week as well. It's appropriate we have the spirit of the south in the south. This is Gaia's warmth and compassion. This is your core. This is her core. This is your stability and grounding. Looks like it's splintering off to me, or that it's so hot it's burning up. Yeah, that's me. It is so hot here. But yeah, every summer is a little different. Last summer was exceptionally wet. So, and I live in the south, at least the southern part of the United States. So, but look at not only do you see heat in that card, I'm connecting it to this card. Fire and passion and compassion and your heart. This is an open hand, not a fist. This hand is reaching up and out. This hand is reaching for help and out to help. Sometimes if we are not feeling grateful for what we have, go volunteer to help those who have less than what you have. Believe you me, the first day you're there, when you get home, you'll weep. You have so much compared to so many people. We take for granted and throw away more than a lot of people even see, let alone waste or throw away. Gaia's tired of burning. She's tired of it being hot. She's tired of it being dry. She's tired of the forests on fire and the smoke making it hard to see. Look at that smoky sky. This sky is even smoky on this side. It goes up into here and, you know, the radiation of light clears it. There's a smoke in this card as well. But this smoke in this card is different. The pink, red passion of it, it's It's like it's the smoke from the hearth of the home, the fireplace. What else do you want us to know, Gaia? Not to worry, this is all a part of transformation. And if you see a raven the next few days, that is what the words are hard sometimes. That is what the raven is to remind you of. You're transforming, you're changing, we all are. Don't be so hard on yourself and those around you. Open your heart up and release it. This raven is carrying its heart on its wing. You need to carry your heart on your sleeve, so those wings of the raven can become your sleeves. It's fascinating that this card is the sun and this card is the moon. This card is hot passion. This one is cool peace. This is what Gaia wants us to know. This is what we must do for her, or we're going to go down in the flames of the sun. It's just going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. Oh, I didn't tell you this deck. This is the Earthcraft Oracle by Juliet Diaz and Lorraine Anderson. It's one of my favorite decks. I love this deck. The artwork's fascinating. There's so much. It tells such a story. Now we have a new member to the lineup of the decks, and this one has a permanent spot here now. The Mountain. Don't you know? That's another obstacle. This obstacle is one you must figure out, because it is carved there for a reason, because the water flow is there. Water puts out too much fire, but yet it guides it so that the fire, it guides the water, the valley guides the water, so that it doesn't flood out everything along with the fire. That was hard to get out. That's because I get these messages sometimes so fast, my mouth can't keep up. So Mountain, what's our obstacle? The Daffodil Fairy is playing with our new beginnings. She's trying to show us that getting to the top of any mountain, I'm going to put this right here by all these corks, getting to the top of any mountain really only takes determination, expression, practice, and preparation. So are you feeling like you're in a spiritual valley where the raven keeps coming and telling you to transform, but you don't know how? The Daffodil Fairy is here to tell you it's about your new beginning. Come up here and talk to me, she says. Climb aboard the raven and come up here and talk to me. This deck is the Sacred Forest deck by Denise Lynn. The Daffodil Fairy You feel a trap on your shoulder, and it's a flash of yellow. You see a daffodil fairy. I'm sorry, you feel a tap on your shoulder. Oh, that's a little different. In a flash of yellow, you are a daffodil fairy. I'll get this. You feel a tap on your shoulder, and in a flash of yellow, you see a daffodil fairy by you. In a high, sweet voice, she says, "The best is yet to be. It's time for a new beginning." With glee, you race after her into the forest. These cards have a special meaning to me because I have written especially that card. That's a portal card for sure. She's asking us to run into change. We can't do the transformation Raven is calling out to us to do. So we can have our new beginning unless we run towards it, no matter how scary it is. If it's not scary, it's not your true purpose. If it doesn't terrify you and challenge you, it's not your purpose. You find it. Keep searching, keep working. Keep working on you. Don't look for the answers out there. They're inside you. They're here in this stifled child. That's why you have the playful, yellow, beautiful daffodil fairy for our new beginnings. Once you climb that mountain, there she is waiting for you. And she's going to bounce up and down the mountain and show you the way. Rely on the new beginning that you know is coming. It is promised. But you have to change too. So you have to release that child in you. Set that child free. Let that child go play with that daffodil fairy, doggone it. So, Spirit, what is our general message, please? This is the Angels and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. Speaking of ancestors, we get the Star Ancestor card. This whole reading is all about knowing and understanding yourself, looking inside yourself for all the answers, and stop wasting all your time looking in other places. There's a whole cosmos out there that you can search for answers. How likely do you think you're going to find that answer? Because you're like a little speck of dust compared to all that out there. I mean, you're smaller than the speck of dust compared to all that out there. Whatever there is. The cosmos. And our ancestors that started here, they started us here. Key. All of us. They followed their own voice. They were travelers. They were explorers. They were looking for alternative places for their people to live and thrive. And they did. Here we are. So know that Battlestar Galactica kind of ancestor does exist. And if you follow that voice, it's in your heart chakra, where abundance and your soul lives, you'll change. You will transform, and the old things will be disposed of by Spirit, because they will no longer work. Not just serve you, but they just plain won't work anymore. So the star ancestor is here to tell us that we have our backs covered. As long as you're working on improving yourself and in bettering your life, whatever part of the life you've chosen to make better. It's a process. As long as you're working on that process, follow what that voice of your soul is saying to do, not what other people and the news and society tells you to do. That doesn't fit you, and only you know what fits you. My goodness. Only you know what fits you. Is that ever the truth? Well, I'm going to move this over here and see what Spirit wants us to know to send us on our way. This child, we got to let this child out. Let's make a commitment to letting this child out. This child is an excellent observer. This is the sponge part of you. This is the part of you that is quick to learn, but it is also the part of you that is fun-loving and doesn't always see the fears as rationally as an adult. They also don't even know about half of the fears that an adult knows about. Set this free. Set this free. Release those burdens that are holding you back. How do you do that? What do we need to know? Give us a therapy card, please. Here you go. This is it. There's a reason. You're here for a reason. You matter. I'm so glad you're here. So very glad you're here. Child suppressed or not, we'll work on that together. Part of my child is too. I get so busy adulting, as my friend Dolly said earlier this morning. Yeah, I get really sick of it. And I either have to take a nap so I can find my child in my dreams, or I have to get creative and do something with lots of color. That's just how I do it. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please be kind to one another. I know you will be. It's the people that come up to you in the part of your day that you don't know, that may be having a bad day, or be snippy at you, or make me a Karen to you. Be kind. You can drop the mic on those kindly. You want to hush someone up? Try that. They have no comeback when you're nice. They have no comeback either when you just stand there and look at them like, are you speaking Greek to me? Or look at them with the most compassionate eyes, like, I feel so sorry for you that you're so worked up like this. Anyhow, I have ways I deal with certain people, and then if those tactics don't work, I put them in their place. Usually the sailor comes out, and then I'm sorry I did it, but then it's in the past, and I can't change that. So no sense in dwelling on it, even though it changed everything in the relationship for the future. So watch your words. Now, most often, watch your words to yourself. What tapes do you play inside your head about you? How you look, your stamina, what you know, your education, what you've accomplished, your abundance. Be kind to yourself, okay? You're all you got, really. I'm all I got, really. But I love you guys, and I really like hanging out with you. So join me on Wednesday. Join Miss Dolly, Wolf Girl Oracle, and I on Wednesday for a live stream. We're going to be taking a look at my big resin project of the month, and doing a little bit of card reading and talking about topics, and just kind of letting the energy flow. I love you guys. Please come back if you want more. We'll see you next time. Bye now.